Hey there, this is Bethany. 2 years ago, my man, our daughter, and myself left our so-called normal and established lifestyle in Ontario, Canada, for a life we always chatted about during morning coffee, fast-tracking our retirement plans, chasing our dreams, risking our future. In the race against old age, we purchased 7 unseen, off-grid acres in the wilderness of Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia. We downsized everything we owned, loaded up a trailer, our dog, 2 cats, an ATV, and hauled ourselves 2,100 kilometers east to our new land. We knew for sure that our life was about to make a drastic change, but what we didn't know was that we were relocating to the most gorgeous place we'd ever seen. We took a chance, and it's been worth it. Join us as we navigate our new RV lifestyle, new climate, new landscape, new wildlife, building a world we dreamed of in a place only seen in postcards from the ground up. Thanks for visiting, and subscribe to my channel if you would enjoy the content of a 40-something gal running away into the woods with her family. Not only is my dog shop a powerhouse, the water pump house, grooming room, I'm also turning it into almost a little gardening space. That space that I said I was going to put sunflowers and potted plants, I think that square right there, I'm just going to drop corn seeds in there and have a little, it's perfect square actually. And then I like to rotate the crops every year so I can just like flip the garden over, and the corn would be on the other side of the garden next year, so I can just like rotate it back and forth. So that's what I'm gonna do, put corn there, a big patch of corn, and hope for the best. All right, well, I'm ready to get to work. I'm just waiting on some dogs for this morning. Also this weekend, probably Friday after work, I'm going to get my tent from the sanctuary. I'm going to take it over to the lakeside. I've been here 2 years and I have yet to camp out at the lakeside. Done sanctuary campouts, Gulf Shore campouts, and I also did a lot of car camping. But I have yet to camp out by the lake. So this is the weekend for lake sleepover. Big if, we can get our dock in the water. I'm sad to say it's not in the water yet. It's still up on the bank. But it's quite a job to get it down and anchored into the water, but we're going to hopefully do that this weekend. And if we do that, maybe I could pitch my tent right on the dock. So it's a little bit of a floating campsite, if you know what I mean. I'm just looking at all the fresh grass I got to cut soon because of all this rain. The work never ends around here.
Just like a dream, you and I standing wild and free, with petals so golden, the sun's warm kiss, a love so strong, a bliss. Whispers of the breeze, secrets unfold. It's you that I need, it's you that I want. When the world gets cold, it's you and me. When the sun comes back, you'll see. Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown, stronger each year. Look how we hold on through the toughest of times. We still stand strong. Through pavement, we will grow.
I know, you want to go have babies again already. No way. No way, mother. You're done. No more. No more mates. 2 more was enough. I've been keeping something from you. This mother cat went out and got preggo before she was even finished nursing the first round of kittens she had. Sadly, she did have 1 miscarriage with this birth, but there are these 2 now. So that's right, we have 6 cats. We have appointments to get them all fixed, and we are going to keep them. We're just going to let them run around here. It's no problem. There's lots of space for them and that, but the appointments are not until the fall. In Sydney, in the city, we could most likely get them in sooner because it's a bit of an emergency here. Tink is already going into heat again, and the other ones are at maturity. There's a great room here. It's almost like she's inside and outside. I always come in here and open windows. Everybody gets fresh air, but she cannot go outside because she will go get pregnant again. Sadly, she's kind of confined to this side of the RV until she can get in for surgery. But look at these 2. Look at them. Oh, look at that face, and look at that face. Hi, little babies. Hi. Hi. We have not named these 2. They seem a lot bigger and fluffier than the first round of kittens. I know, Tink. I know. You want more babies. You just want babies all the time. No, thank you. No, thank you. This is definitely enough. We got 2 cats running around outside in the shop, and our daughter has a cat with her in the bunkie, and that cat comes in and out too, inside and outside. And then there's these 2 that are maybe gonna just, be RV cats. So, they're gonna go outside too. All of our cats, they go outside. That's what they have to do. They gotta get all the mice. I want a mate. I want more babies. Aw. Hey, baby. Hey. Hey. I mean, I knew she could get pregnant easily after having kittens, but I didn't think it would be before she was finished nursing the original. So she would go outside. We had no idea that she was pregnant again. Like, even though we kept thinking, oh, she just stayed kind of fat after she had her kittens. No, she actually was pregnant again right away. Like, poor Tink. That's a lot of babies over and over. Poor Tink. It's all right. She's got a good room in there. We've been having some issues with our water line. Not the water pump or anything to do with this tank. Okay, it's full. Keeps like it'll be good for a day or 2, and then it starts to get slow down to almost like just a drip, versus like a gush. We think it has something to do with it's basically just a garden hose across the road here. So we need to get that out, and it's not buried very deep, and there are people driving over it and everything. So we're gonna fix that up. So small chance, depending on what happens, we may work on that this weekend. Priority is keep the water going. Like, that's our priority right now. Okay, so it's a beautiful week. I think it's gonna be one of those perfect spring type, warm type days. In fact, the whole week is supposed to be nice. Oh, I have a lot of grass and weeds to get out of here. But let's see if anything sprouted overnight. Nothing here yet. Potatoes in here. And then as soon as I see some green pop up through for the potatoes, I start mounding them. So start adding soil and mulch as it sprouts. So actually, what is that? Is that a little potato there? No, that's a clover. Here we go. Here we go. There's a little potato sprout. Oh, another one here. Yay! So, potatoes are just starting to get green. When I see them all kind of green, sprouts everywhere, I will start mounding this. I planted these seeds about, I don't know, 5 days before the other one. I like to plant, you know, every week or so. That way you have a harvest, you know, each week instead of harvesting it all at once. And the onions are definitely coming along good. And the garlic. It's going to be hard to keep up with all the weeds because it's a lot of grass in here, but having the seaweed actually does help a little bit. You know, it does act like a mulch. Suppresses the weeds. And then this is going to be the corn patch. So I'm going to put the beans in the far end. So beans, corn, and then next year it'll be corn, beans, get the idea? And then this will all be flipped. And then I'll do my tomatoes and peppers here. And then in here is going to be like radishes, carrots, beets, and another row of beets probably here. I was going to put the beans here, but now I'm not going to, so I can have a space here for something. Probably, yeah, beets and more radish and stuff. Fun, eh? Alright, I gotta go to work. So a little update, it got very chilly around here. I'm not going to do my camp out at the lake this weekend. I'm going to wait till it warms up a little more. As you can see, I'm wearing a toque. The sun's just starting to come back. It was gone for a few days. We got a lot of rain. It's north winds, meaning cold. I contacted the SPCA and I am able to get my cats in ASAP. So the 3 little cats are going in for their spay neuter in 4 weeks because they're still not quite old enough. As soon as those little kittens can eat on their own, Tink's going in. And then those little kittens, we'll get them in. I think they'll be of age by December. So we got a handle on it. Now we have 6 cats, but that's okay. They're actually doing really good. They come in at nighttime. We have a little cat door here in the shop. So right now it's just a window. We leave it open and they just go in and out as they please. But obviously at night we close it up. And in the winter time, we're actually Manfred's gonna put like an actual cat door in there. So that is working out. I'm having a coffee. It's Friday. I do work tomorrow. I work a lot of Saturdays through the summer and spring because it's just extra busy, and I do have some family coming to visit this summer, and Mooch has some family coming to visit. So we have a lot of guests coming that I do want to take a couple of weekends off in the summer. I'm sitting at the bird sanctuary having a coffee with one of my favorite mugs. I wondered if you'd be interested in knowing all the mugs that I drink from. Maybe you've noticed in my vlogs that I always have a lot of different coffee mugs, but each one is like super duper special to me. Each one, like I only brought my absolute favorites and like the nearest and dearest coffee mugs with us here to the island. The rest I left for my stepdaughter to have. This one was made for me. Leanne, she has a company called Leanne Longfellow Pottery, and she's in, I want to say Field, Ontario, Northern Ontario. Anyway, she, my friend, if you scroll back many videos ago, I talked about sort of my wilderness hero, and she was on the show Alone, and she came in 3rd place, and she just like really inspired me in a lot of ways. I probably would not be here on this island if it wasn't for her. Anyway, I've met her, been to her home, and now I would like to say that we are friends because we stay in touch, and I've been to her place now twice. I've looked after her dog for a season while her and her husband did a massive winter excursion up in Northern Ontario through their company, Lure of the North. And Lure of the North logo is right here. Leanne Longfellow actually had to get permission from my friend Kylan to use this so that I could have a mug that was handcrafted by Leanne. And the reason why I chose Leanne to make me a mug is because Leanne took it upon herself to gift Kylan her own Lure of the North handcrafted coffee mug. And when I saw that, so Kylan was bragging about it, not bragging, but she was showing off her new mug and the special visit that she had with Leanne, because Leanne drove quite a distance to gift her her coffee mug. So when I saw the coffee mug, being as I'm a coffee mug collector, I reached out to Leanne and I'm like, you don't know me, but I would really love to have a Lure of the North mug, because I've been to Lure of the North a few times and I've collected, I think I now have like 3 or 4 different Lure of the North mugs, and I actually got one gifted to me by Kylan, but I also purchased some through their store before I even met her. So I have a collection of Lure of the North mugs, and I was like, I'd really love to have a custom made one. If you don't mind making me one, I'll buy one. And so she made me this one, and it's absolutely amazing. There's Lure of the North there. Nice big mug, you know? It's good times. So this one I would say is probably, I don't know, they're all my favorites. But I have like some that were gifted to me by friends. I also have a really cool mug that was given to me as a gift a long time ago. It's almost like it was meant to be. When I worked at the funeral home, I guess back in my younger years when I was a funeral director, I was like known as like the dog sitter. I will dog sit for you. I will house sit for you. And I was just like used a lot by the staff. Like, will you look after my bird? Will you look after my cats? Do you mind, house sitting for me while we go on vacation? And so I was always doing that for all the staff, and I thought it was like it was really nice. I didn't mind doing it at all. I was single, I lived on my own, so it was easier for me. I didn't have a young family like the rest of the staff. So anyway, I babysat a bird for this man. His name was Al. Such a nice man. He was retired and just worked like part-time at the funeral home, and he just like helped out for visitations and funerals and that. He was like a really sweet man, and he would go on vacation every year. And one year he came here to Nova Scotia, and he asked if I would babysit his bird. Like, he literally had like a bird that was like house trained, and so he brought his bird, Pepe. I still remember this bird so clearly. And he would eat, like, Pepe would have like pieces of bagel in the morning. Like, he brought his little lunch pail and everything. It was so funny and cute. And so I think I babysat that bird, I want to say like 5 times in total over the course of, several years or whatever. But one year I babysat him, and Al brought me back a gift from Nova Scotia, and it's a coffee mug, and it just has Nova Scotia on it and that sort of thing. And I've always kept that mug because it just, Al has passed away since then. Pepe died, obviously. The birds don't live forever, and so it's a keepsake of that. And how ironic that I am here now in Nova Scotia, living here, and so now I drink from that cup, and it's like, wow, there's so many memories in this cup. But anyway, so maybe I wonder if you'd want to see all my whole collection. I could tell you like who gave it to me and the meaning behind each coffee mug that I have. There's a little story with them. Let me know if you'd want to hear about it, because I'd love to share it. Oh, the sun feels so nice. It's been so cold. I'm not cold right now with my little hood on. Like, it's not winter cold, but it's definitely almost like a fall cold, Brr. And if it does warm up enough, I could always camp out Sunday down at the lake. Sunday evening if it warms up and whatnot, because the fire ban has been lifted, so we're allowed to have fires again. It'll be a cool camp out, because I was thinking I could get up super early. Like, when I'm camping in my tent, I usually wake up at the first bird chirp, and down there I'd probably wake up fairly early. It'd be so cool. I'll take my cooker and everything, and then in the morning I'll just make my coffee down there and jump right on my kayak and have like sunrise coffee on my kayak. It does sound nice, doesn't it? Let's see how the weather goes. It won't be in this video that I'm posting, obviously, but maybe my next video I'll be able to share a camp out with you. Alright, well, I'm going to finish this coffee and probably tidy up inside, put my comfy clothes on, and get ready for a nice family dinner and maybe Monopoly. It's been a long week.
Deep within your eyes, I found a home. The love that we share can never grow. In your gaze, the world looks bright, forever by your side. This town is quiet, serene and wide. You keep me warm and safe at night. No matter the season, we always bloom, 'cause you light up the gloom. Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown, stronger each year. Look how we hold on through the toughest of times. We still stand strong. Through pavement we will grow. Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown, stronger each year. Look how we hold on through the toughest
whispering. It's dark. Stars are out. You can't see them on the camera. Just outside the shop door. Man friend is sleeping. I'm going to bed. But as I was coming around the corner, I could hear the waves crashing in the Gulf all the way from over here. I wonder if you could hear it. Alright, this light's gonna click on when I come around the corner. Ding, ding, ding. Can you see the stars or no? Good night, everybody.